This video is brought to you by
What's up, kings and queens? It's your girl, Charlotte Moore. As always, we give thanks for another day, you dig? So as the CEO and founder of Motivational More, we take pride in working with incredible creative entrepreneurs. And today, we are shooting a campaign for cool green clothing founded by the one and only AC Green. So the vibrational energy of this line is all about street vibes, a growth mindset, hustle. So today, we are highlighting this, guys, the Baltimore Cool Green Snapback. How cute is this? Look at this. So we're going to have so much fun on the shoot. And I'm telling you, follow cool green clothing. It's so important for us to support our entrepreneurs. There's so much talent in Baltimore. And as a creative entrepreneur myself, I know how hard it is. And I love to see just people going out there and going for their dreams. So let's get it.
What's up, YouTube fam? It's your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 times, and I'm back with another video. In this episode of the Baltimore Way, I'll be telling the story of Cherice Ragins, a beautiful young woman who vanished in Baltimore County more than 12 years ago. A lot of unanswered questions surround Cherice's case. Before we get into this video, please don't forget to subscribe if you're new to our channel. Go ahead and click that notification bell to get notified every time we upload. If you're rocking with the content, smash that like button. Feel free to share this video with everyone you know. Make sure you watch until the end to hear the full story. All right, let's jump right into it. Cherice Ragins graduated from Woodlawn High School, and she enjoyed reading and watching movies. Cherice and her mother were very close. Cherice's mom was a former Baltimore school teacher. Like many of us, Cherice faced struggles in her life, especially with the loss of her brother due to complications from lupus. He was only 23 years old. Cherice lived with her mother in the Gwen Oaks neighborhood of West Baltimore County. On Friday, February 19th, 2010, at approximately 4:30 p.m., 24-year-old Cherice Ragins left the home she shared with her mother on the 3600 block of North Rogers Avenue to go meet up with the man she had been dating, Travis Elby. Cherice and Travis had met while she worked as a sales clerk at a party supply store. They had been dating for about a year, according to her mother. As Cherice walked out the door, her mother told her to have a good time. The couple was reportedly on their way to Travis's mother's home in Catonsville. According to reports, Cherice's mother grew concerned when she had not heard from or seen her daughter for the entire weekend. It was not in Cherice's character to not speak with her mother on a daily basis, even if she was spending time with her significant other. According to documents, she also found it strange that Cherice's boyfriend Travis had not called her home yet since Cherice had not come home when she was expected. Documents say that Cherice's mother said Travis would call constantly on a daily basis, obsessively. According to sources, Cherice's mother reported making several attempts to call Travis's cell phone and landline over the weekend, but to no avail. Finally, on Monday or Tuesday, February 22nd or 23rd of 2010, Cherice's mother spoke with Travis's mother and explained she had not seen Cherice since that Friday, February 19th. Travis's mother allegedly told Cherice's mom that she had seen Cherice and Travis leave her home in Catonsville on February 21st at 5 p.m. Sources say that Cherice's mother asked that Travis's mother have him call her. According to records, on February 24th, 2010, after no word from Travis or Cherice, Cherice's mother filed a missing persons report at the Woodlawn police station. According to reports, the following day, Travis called Cherice's mother and claimed that he and Cherice left the home he shares with his mom on Sunday, February 21st, and went to a bus stop on Route 40 and Rolling Road, and that Cherice made a phone call and left the bus stop with a man named Marcus. According to reports, Cherice's mother did not know Marcus. According to records, almost a week later, a Baltimore County detective was assigned to investigate Cherice's mysterious disappearance. After speaking with Cherice's mother, the detective began their investigation by interviewing Cherice's boyfriend, Travis Elby. Travis gave detectives his version of events, but when investigators checked phone records, text messages, and video surveillance footage of where he claimed to be, none corroborated his story. According to records, Travis's statements were also reported to be inconsistent, and investigators alleged that he was obsessive when it came to Cherice. According to reports, on March 2, 2010, detectives arrived at Travis's mother's home in Catonsville. Travis's mom answered the door and invited the detectives inside. Travis Elby came into the room where they were. According to records, Travis told the detectives that he and Cherice had spent the weekend of February 19th to the 21st at his home. He said they left his house for Cherice's home at 5 p.m. on Sunday, the 21st. He said he and Cherice walked to the bus stop at Rolling Road and Route 40. He allegedly told investigators that on the way there, he and Cherice argued because Cherice was angry that he did not have a car. According to records, Travis would further go on to explain that once they got to the bus stop, Cherice went to a nearby payphone and called someone named Marcus. Travis Elby claimed that he tried to talk Cherice out of leaving with Marcus, but after about 20 to 25 minutes at approximately 5:30, Marcus arrived to pick up Cherice in a red Chevy Tahoe. Travis allegedly told detectives that after Cherice left, he did not know what to do and simply walked home. He also explained that he had seen the person named Marcus only once before that incident and that Marcus was approximately 30 years old. According to sources, the day after the initial interview Travis had with investigators, the detectives arranged to have Cherice's mother make a recorded phone call to Travis. During the call, Travis allegedly recounted the same story he told the detectives on March 2nd. In this version, however, Travis said that he did not walk home after Cherice left with Marcus, but decided instead to call his father from a payphone to ask for a ride. According to records, Travis said he used a payphone because his mobile phone was broken. During the phone call with Cherice's mom, Travis allegedly said that when Cherice got into the car with Marcus, he figured him and Cherice's relationship was over. He allegedly told Cherice's mom that Cherice's actions had broken his heart, and that was allegedly the reason why he had not followed his usual pattern of calling her home 3 or more times a day. He promised to call Cherice's mom if he heard anything. Records go on to say that on March 8, 2010, the detective on Cherice's disappearance supposedly called Travis at home and the conversation was recorded. During that conversation, Travis agreed to go with the detective to the giant grocery store near the bus stop to show them where Cherice had used the payphone, where Marcus had picked her up, and to point out the possible route the Tahoe took when entering the parking lot. Records say later that day, while visiting the giant, Travis told the detectives that Marcus picked up Cherice a half hour later than the time he previously said. The detectives noted that Travis was adamant about his recollection of the details of the day he last saw Cherice. Sources say that after Travis went with investigators to the Giants, detectives took him to the police headquarters to continue the interview with him. According to records, Travis repeated his story to the detectives as he had in his 3 previous versions, but with some notable differences. In this interview, allegedly, Travis stated that Marcus had arrived to pick up Cherice at 6 or 6:15 p.m. Then he also stated that he had never seen Marcus before Marcus arrived to pick up Cherice and would not be able to identify Marcus if he saw Marcus on the street. But previously, he had told police he saw Marcus once before. According to sources, Travis allegedly also pointed out that during their relationship, if Cherice wanted to make him mad and jealous, Cherice would mention Marcus and the prior relationship she had with him. A couple of weeks later, according to records, the detectives interviewed Travis again. On this occasion, they asked him to view surveillance footage that they'd obtained from cameras mounted on the front of the grocery store. According to sources, the footage covered the area in front of the Giant, including the payphone where Travis claimed Cherice had called Marcus. According to investigators, the video they obtained from the store ran from approximately noon to 9 p.m. on February 21st, 2010. According to sources, Travis nor the detective was able to identify Travis himself, Cherice, or the Chevy Tahoe anywhere on the surveillance tapes. Detectives were also able to obtain phone records from payphones nearby where Travis said he had last seen Cherice. Although reports say there was a record of the call Travis had made to his father, there was no record of any call made by Cherice to Marcus on the payphone. In addition, sources say when the detective on Cherice's case spoke with Marcus, he said that he was at work on February 21st, 2010, and that Cherice didn't have his phone number and would not have recognized his truck. Marcus's alibi checked out. According to reports, as Travis was faced with even more questions about when he last saw Cherice, he allegedly changed his story once again. In this version, according to reports, he no longer claimed that Cherice called Marcus and left in a red Tahoe. Instead, he claimed that he and Cherice had taken a bus to Baltimore and Cary Streets to buy Mary Jane. According to sources, Travis said that he had not admitted to this previously out of fear of getting in trouble with police. But this time, Travis stated that the last place he saw Cherice was at the New York Fried Chicken outside the bus stop across from it. He then said that he took the bus back to the Giant on Route 40 and Rolling Road, where he called his father for a ride. After the interview, Travis Elby accompanied detectives again, this time going to Baltimore and Cary Streets and showing them the New York Fried Chicken restaurant and the location of his Mary Jane purchase. About a month later, detectives would interview Travis a final time on April 22, 2010, after he was arrested for an unrelated offense. The detective attempted to determine why Travis had allegedly lied to them initially. According to records, Travis simply said that he did not know why he'd lie and claimed that he did not do anything to Cherice. At that point, sadly, Cherice had still not been found. As the investigation continued, detectives used technology to gather evidence from Travis Elby's phone. But because Travis's phone was broken, investigators were unable to use cell tower or cell phone information to pinpoint his location on February 21st, 2010. The technology did, however, help to give a glimpse into Travis's and Cherice's tumultuous relationship. According to records, the detectives said they also obtained phone records from Travis's phone and both Cherice's home and cell phones. Records state that between January 1st and March 1st, 2010, the phones exchanged 946 calls, averaging about 16 per day. Of these phone calls, 604 were calls from Travis to Cherice, whereas 342 were from Cherice to Travis. Additionally, police were able to extract a file system from Travis's phone, according to reports. Records say law enforcement gave the file system to a digital forensics supervisor. The digital forensics supervisor used the file extraction program and ran a few keywords, including Cherice's name, to see if there was something they could find that might point the lead detective on Cherice's case in the right direction. The search would reveal the word KILL in a text from Travis's phone reading, "No, I'm ready to permanently get away from her. Nothing, I just want to KILL this B word." According to documents, the time frame from that particular message was determined to be anywhere between the early morning of February 10th, 2010 and the morning of February 11th, 2010. Although forensics were certain this message had been sent to Travis's phone, they were not able to determine who the text was sent to or the person's phone number. According to documents, forensic evidence revealed that there were 68 messages stored on Travis's phone from the period between January 22nd and February 17th, 2010. Of these, 4 messages were to Cherice and 6 were from her to Travis. The messages from Cherice to Travis included the following. One that was sent on January 22nd, 2010 at 4:26 p.m. that read, "I see your phone died, but you chose to ignore it up until it did." It goes on to say, "You really have shown me that you can't make me happy. You don't." The second message Cherice sent to Travis right after that said, "You don't care to. Tried making it work. Plan B, moving on. I really do love you, but I'm tired of the hurt and senseless frustration." Lastly, another message sent February 11th, 2010 said, "Know this, I did love you, but all we have is hate. You're no longer welcome in my life. Just walk away. Goodbye." According to sources, on February 17th, 2010, police were called to the home where Cherice lived after she and Travis got into a volatile argument over Marcus. According to reports, Marcus allegedly came over to visit Cherice at her home. As Marcus was leaving, Travis arrived and saw him walking out the door. Travis allegedly confronted Cherice about the situation and they ended up arguing. Cherice's mother was not home at the time of the disturbance. It's clear from this incident and the messages between Cherice and Travis that Cherice was ready to end their relationship. Weeks turned into months, months turned into years, and there had still been no sign of Cherice. She left everything behind except her purse and the winter coat she was wearing when she was last seen. There was no activity done in Cherice's name for 5 years, except where records showed a joint car payment was paid off. But then a break in Cherice's case would make headlines. While Cherice had still not been found, her boyfriend, Travis Elby, would be indicted on charges in connection to her disappearance. On September 7th, 2016, a grand jury sitting in Baltimore County was presented with Cherice's case and indicted Travis for first-degree hit. Travis was arrested and held at Baltimore County Detention Center without bail. Cherice's mother told reporters that she pretty much knew Travis had something to do with Cherice's disappearance since he was the last person to see her, allegedly. At that point, she questioned if he would now tell the truth and tell what happened to Cherice's body. Law enforcement still asked the public for their help in finding Cherice's body. Travis Elby would waive his right to a jury trial and stood for a bench trial instead. 1 year later, in November 2017, Travis Elby was found guilty of second-degree hit by a Baltimore County judge after 3 days of testimony. Despite the fact that Cherice's body was not found, the judge discovered that there was ample circumstantial evidence that indicated Travis may have taken Cherice's life. Travis was scheduled to be sentenced in February of 2018. He faced up to 30 years in prison. Travis was ultimately sentenced to 25 years in prison and 5 years probation. Cherice's mother said that Travis's conviction was a shred of closure, and she was thankful to law enforcement for not giving up on Cherice's case. Travis would later appeal his conviction. However, he lost that appeal in 2019, and his conviction remains in place. Wow, fam, after 12 years, Cherice has yet to be found. My deepest and most heartfelt condolences to Cherice's mother and loved ones. There are still so many unanswered questions as to what happened to Cherice. If Travis is responsible, he's the only one that knows where he laid Cherice to rest. And I believe in his final attempt to maintain control, he will not reveal where Cherice is. He was clearly upset that Cherice was ready to move on. I believe his obsession and jealousy drove him to possibly do the unthinkable, especially after he saw Cherice spending time with another man. That really must have bothered him because, in my opinion, he tried to frame the other man by implying that Cherice left with him that day. I hope that Cherice's remains are found one day and her mother can get the closure she deserves. My thoughts and prayers are with her. Fam, I would love to hear your thoughts on Cherice's story. Feel free to leave them in the comments below. All right, fam, that's it for this episode of the Baltimore Way. Thank you all so much for watching. This is your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 Times, and I'm out.